Hey, everybody, it's Erin. I just wanted to let you know before we start this episode that we are aware that our audio is a little bit off. I don't know if one of us bumped the echo dial while we were starting, but we sound like we're in an auditorium rather than Megan's living room. So I hope you can endure the slight audio issues. We've got some really spooky stories, so I hope you can enjoy it anyways. Thank you. Let me tell you a story. Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin the Believer. How you doing?
I got you treats.
Oh, I know. Your table looks so beautiful.
Thank
It's full of
you.
my favorite candy in the whole world.
Yeah, I got you some spooky treats. They even say on the box, spooky treats.
Yeah, they're candy corn.
Candy corn and peanuts, and then somebody ruined it by putting raisins in it.
Yeah. I'm even steering clear of the candy corn because the raisins are so weird. But the pumpkins, candy pumpkins.
Girl, I think they even put dates in there now that I'm
Oh
looking.
my.
Yeah, there's raisins, dates.
That's hamster food. All of that I would give to Kilo and 8 Ball.
I bet it would taste good. But then you got just the no fuss, the nice sugary little pumpkin candies. Can't go wrong with those this
Yeah,
time
if
of
you
year.
don't like candy corn candy, I don't trust you.
I think that's one of those things where,
Yeah, it's polarizing.
it's so weird to me how
All
people
my
don't
kids
like it.
hate it, and I don't trust a single one of them.
You're kidding me. I don't think I knew that.
They hate them.
How
So it's great for
weird.
me. So I'm like,
Yeah, right?
my candy, get away.
They were always my favorite. Like, to
They're
the
so
point,
good.
I used to love to eat them in segments.
Me too.
It's like we are related. That's so weird. Oh yeah, you'd eat the little white piece first,
Yeah.
and then the little orange, and then the yellow for last.
And then I would like put the yellow,
As a
right? Like the
tooth?
rough part right on my tongue and suck on it.
Oh, I would always like put it over a
Oh,
tooth
yeah.
and make it look like a yellow tooth. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's pretty
Either
good.
way.
That's like a direct cavity.
Yeah,
It's like you put it on an
right.
immediate hole in your tooth.
That's hilarious.
I have a story that is probably the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me in a long time.
Oh, I cannot wait.
But it's so embarrassing, I don't know if I want to tell everybody. So
Okay.
I think this might be a Patreon tease.
Okay, well, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I'm so excited.
Okay, so right now I'm going to cut this off.
Okay.
And you're going to hear this on the Patreon bonus.
Okay.
But listen, if you don't want to hear bathroom talk, then don't worry about signing up.
No. Okay.
Okay. Amazing. That's great. All right, tuning back in.
Okay, well,
Those of you who aren't Patreons missed two good stories.
Yeah, you got a two for one there.
And sorry.
Yes, and also sorry to our Patreons who had to endure that.
I mean, we did laugh a lot.
Oh yeah, hopefully you laughed with us, but if not, sorry.
Oh man.
So you know how last week I challenged the Fae?
Yeah, I do know that.
I challenged the fairies.
Yeah.
So do you want an update?
Yeah, I'd love an update.
Because there is one.
Okay.
It's pretty wild.
Okay.
You don't have to be scared of fairies when you got a toddler.
I'm going to need more.
James's wallet was missing. Almost long enough that I've really for a minute was like, oh shit. Erin told me not to challenge these damn fairies. So this morning I was so like, okay, I get to sleep in.
Uh-huh.
That's another kind of funny story. I thought I had to work today.
Yeah.
I do not keep up with the news. I do not keep up with schedules. I don't keep a calendar. It's all up here, girl, locked and loaded.
But not so locked.
Not locked or loaded. Because I totally got up like I had to go to work. But I thought it was like a teacher day or a parent teacher day. So I thought, oh, I get to sleep in a little bit longer, whatever. So, but then
it's so dumb.
I know, I'm so dumb. I could have slept in.
Yeah. Why didn't you text me?
I thought everybody knew it was parent teacher conference day. I thought that was just what we do on
You
the
didn't
today.
think that maybe your son's teacher would have scheduled a conference?
She did. I just didn't happen to look at the date. It's for next month. Girl, I totally have. It's at. I know the time.
No.
I thought today I was going to go meet her at 11:15.
Oh my gosh, that's
I had the whole thing planned. I mean, in my defense, JCPS has never done this before. This is the first time we've actually had a full fall break.
Okay.
Usually it's paired with parent-teacher conference.
Yeah. Okay.
The kids always stay home an extra day and we go back.
Yeah. Okay.
Every year. And this for the last 17 years, that's how it's been. So in my defense, there is that. But anyway.
Our text exchange was pretty funny about it.
Yes, it was. Because I was, no, what's really funny is at this point, I'm in my principal's, like I showed up and both the principal and this is like, well, hey, what are you doing? And I thought, well, I can still come on parent teacher day just because I don't have parents, like my own classroom. And I said, working, y'all, I always work on this day. Hello, I get paid. And I saw their look kind of like, well, that's like presumptuous that you're going to come in and get paid, but I didn't think anything about it. And then I go in and they're like, well, that's perfect timing because we're talking about behavior stuff. If you want to come in and talk about it, I was like, sure. So I sit down. We planned for like 2 hours behavior stuff. And then you and I start texting.
Because all weekend while I've been sickly at home, you've been out gallivanting.
Well, yeah, girl, it's fall break.
I know. And I'm
And
like,
I wasn't
where are you today? What are you doing today? I couldn't believe you had plans again. I was so jealous.
Oh, yeah. I took my kids to the babysitter and then I went to work like I thought everybody else in the world did. And then I'm sitting there planning. And then you're like, where are you? I said, work. Why aren't you at work? You're like, because we don't have to go to work day. I'm like, it's parent teacher day. You're like, that's next Monday. I was like, oh, well, shit. So then I sat there for a minute thinking, do I tell these two women this? But by the way, like to this point, like, oh, your ideas are great. Like so complimentary about how smart I am. And I was like, so y'all think this is really funny. And then I tell them and they're dying laughing. She goes, I thought that was a weird comment. And I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't thinking you were just going to automatically pay me if I showed up to work on a non-working day. That's a horrible. Oh, so stupid.
Are they going to pay you?
Yes, she was so nice enough to say, she was like, well, you totally worked. She said, go home. I'll pay you for half a day. I told her she did not have to do that. It was my own mistake. She said, no, you worked, you get paid. So
nice.
But anyway, I thought I was going to get to sleep in a little bit extra today.
Yeah.
And at 5:00 when James gets up, he gets up and he's ready to go about 5:40. Can't find his wallet. Can't find it anywhere. We turned this house, when I say upside down, I mean upside down, except for Macy James's room. And I was like, you're not going to wake her up. Like, I still get a couple hours of sleep. You're not going to wake her up. So I said, as soon as she wakes up, I'll go in there and I'll look. So I did. I looked everywhere. I tore that room. And I even did the classic, like, do you know where daddy's wallet is? Because sometimes they'll go take you right to it.
Right.
She said, on the table. And I went out there. I was like, it's not on the table. That's weird that you knew that it was once on the table. That's a little weird. But we looked. He came home from work early today just to look for this wallet. I came home because I had worked a half day. Came home and we have the couch flipped upside down.
Oh my gosh.
Going through all of it, looking. I mean, this house was a wreck looking through all of it. It was in the tip top of her little barn toy. Just the edge. I'd already looked through it once, but it was tucked way back in the corner. Some could still argue that is the Fae. I don't know.
It could have been.
Could have just been toddlers, or maybe people think they have fairies when they just have little squatter toddlers in their house.
I don't think a toddler can squat.
That's true.
Not at least in that traditional sense.
She was pretty sneaky. Never once saw her have that wallet.
Yeah.
Got it all the way in there, tucked it in there.
Because it maybe wasn't her.
So thought you'd enjoy that update.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, before we move on to the story, I'm going to tell you one and only thing about Hocus Pocus.
Oh, okay. I watched it.
You watched the second one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had our Hocus Pocus night with my girls on Saturday night, and I made delicious snacks, and it was so much fun.
It was so cute. Your charcuterie boards were adorable.
Thank you. My little spell book brownies.
It
was like the most Pinteresty mom thing I've ever done.
It was as if you went and looked on Pinterest.
I know. I really went all out. I very rarely do, but I really did go all out. And the only thing I'm going to say is that we're watching this movie and that dorky mayor guy laughs at something, and he laughs so hard his voice cuts out, and he's just like,
oh, yeah, it sounds like me.
Nora goes, well, hello, Aunt Maggie.
As I'm doing it now.
I laughed so hard. hard. I laughed for like 5 minutes. And no, everybody else was like, "What'd she say?" I was like, "Nothing." Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is
I laughed so
hilarious.
hard. I was like, I didn't even know you noticed that laugh. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it was so funny.
Listen, sometimes things are so funny, you just
Lovely.
can't find the air to get it all out.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got a really good long story.
Ooh. Oh, I like that combination.
Okay, so I don't know if you put something new on Reddit because I don't know how to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Tonight I did.
Oh, well, no, this came in on Sunday.
Ooh.
And I'm pretty sure they just threw it out there.
Ooh, nice.
So this came in on Sunday and it's from Taylor.
Hi, Taylor. Welcome.
His pronouns are he, him. And so there's no big intro.
Okay, let's get right
He
to
just
it, Taylor.
gives us a good story.
Come on, let's do it.
All right. I used to live with my best friend and his family in high school. The house was an older, rundown house in a very nice part of town, so it stuck out quite a bit. The entrance in the den was covered with a mattress leaning against the doorway because water damage made part of the ceiling fall in,
Ooh.
and none of us had the funds to fix it.
Oh, that's the worst.
Half of the kitchen was the same way, and most of the windows in the house were covered up with cardboard or whatever else my buddy and his brothers could find.
Wow.
So the inside of the house was quite dark and eerie already. It was a well-known drug house for years, from members of his family dealing and using drugs. So the house had seen its fair share of strange people and violence. So let's just say there was always the kind of bad vibe hanging out. I have many stories of this house, such as when I got home one day from school, I heard someone in my brother's room and I thought it was weird how he beat me home since he had said he was going to his girlfriend's house after school. I went in there and couldn't find anyone making the noise. I saw a chain he had hanging from car rack. What's a car rack?
A car rack. It's a boy thing.
Oh, all right.
Don't ask questions. I
Okay.
think it's like something you work on your car. I don't know how big his room is. I don't know if he's got like model cars, but
A car
it
rack.
makes sense. The chain would be
Okay.
hanging out off of a car rack. I know that, I think.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Okay. We only have sisters. Okay. I saw a chain he had hanging from his car rack swinging, so I searched the house and couldn't find any reason it was swinging, but shrugged it off. I heard another noise later, thinking he was back, and checked his room to find the same chain swinging just as hard as I had seen it 2 hours earlier. Another thing that happened was one day, me and my buddy and about 5 of our friends were hanging out smoking and decided we needed a Taco Bell run. Yeah, I always
need a Taco Bell run,
need
especially in that state.
Yeah, you should know if you ever drink with me, I will try to beg you to take me to Taco Bell.
She really will. And sometimes I don't agree with that bad decision. Sometimes I'm like, no, Aaron, we're just gonna go home.
Yeah, but often you support it.
Often I do.
And it's so much better when you do.
No, it's never. I feel horrible the next day.
No, I always
in the
am like,
moment, it's amazing.
No, I always feel better that it's soaked up.
That's in your head.
Nope.
Get old. Wait till you give 5 more years. That Taco Bell's gonna like.
You're only 4 years older.
Okay, well, give it 5. That's what it's really gonna hit.
Okay. So we all went outside to walk there, which was about a block away. And before we
That's so
away.
Dangerous. That's so dangerous.
I would be in a lot of trouble if it was a block away. Before we left the driveway, my buddy asked me to turn off his TV. So I went inside, and when I clicked the button to his TV, it didn't turn off. I clicked it again, and a bottle flew off his shelf from his dad's shelf of antique bottles past my head. Not just fell, but launched across the room about 15 feet. I was in shock when another one flew past me, so I ran out and told him to turn off his own TV. He said that the ghost was messing with me because I was new there, but he said it rarely messed with him anymore.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay, but here we go. Here's the darkest thing I had happen to me was this.
Okay.
I was laying in my bed one night watching TV, trying to fall asleep since I had school the next day. I was watching Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke on the TV at the end of my bed. I would close my eyes and then crack them slightly when I would hear a funny part come up on the show. I did this for about 30 minutes until I got cold, so I covered myself up. I was almost asleep and cracked my eyes one last time, just in time to see a solid black figure with a large, strange-shaped head fall off the wall above my TV.
What?
And land on my bed, sprawled out over on top of me.
No.
what in the
No,
world?
that's not okay. Nothing about that is okay.
It was really tall, no apparent face, and silent.
What?
I flinched, closing my eyes, and then jumped up with my fist balled up and ready to swing at whatever it was. And when I opened my eyes, it was gone.
Wow.
But I heard a shuffling past my bed to the
Ugh.
closet.
Oh, that made me shuffle my shoulders.
Well,
No.
this is the worst part. And saw my clothes moving like something had just ran in there.
What?
Ew, that's awful. Okay, completely terrified, I started to say out loud that it was my space and it was not welcome, that I live there now and that it won't get rid of me and I will not be scared or terrorized by it any longer. I said I believe in a higher power and it had no control over me and had no power in my space.
Hmm.
Probably sounded like a madman to my buddy and his mom at 11:30 yelling stuff like that out of nowhere.
Yeah, in moments like that, who cares?
Yeah, for
You
real.
go ahead and be as wild as you want to be.
Absolutely. But after this incident, I didn't have many more paranormal experiences to this degree in that house, other than things moving or always feeling watched. But I moved out into an apartment a few months later, and my other buddy, Ross, decided to take up my old room due to complications with his family. When I helped him move in, I told him not to be too freaked out if anything happened. His exact words were, "I'm not afraid of some ghosts." I really wanted to say,
I
"I
ain't
ain't
afraid
afraid
of
of no
no
ghosts,"
ghosts.
but that's not what it says. It uses more proper English
Ah.
there, so it's fine. "I'll punch a ghost in the face." This is Russ.
Mm.
Boy.
Okay, Ross got his car rack up, ready to go.
Me and my best friend looked at each other and said, "I wouldn't say stuff like that, man." Ross brushed it off and said he didn't believe in ghosts, but that changed the first night he stayed there.
Okay.
The first night he stayed there, he put some SpaghettiOs in the microwave and started.
This house is cracking me up. They are in Guy Land.
Right? And started them, then turned around to walk out of the kitchen. But when he turned the corner, he heard the microwave stop. So he turned around and walked back into the kitchen to see the bowl he had put in there was now on the ground, upside down.
What?
When he bent down to pick it up, all the cabinets were closed, but when he stood up, they were all wide open. That is movie esque.
That is definitely movie-esque.
They started slamming shut, and he said the whole kitchen shook like someone was kicking the walls from the inside. So he ran out of the kitchen into his room, trying to forget about the whole ordeal and watch some TV. He was watching TV in the same room I stayed in when a large black figure with a strange shaped head and no face fell out of the wall and landed on his bed and froze him with fear. It was the same figure I had seen.
Hmm.
It disappeared after he was able to move and swipe at it. I don't know what he was swiping at.
Swipe. This sounds little less than a punch that he was promising earlier, Ross. Just saying.
But he said it felt like it was still always watching him till he moved out. He now believes in what we said was in that house. I still go there often to visit my buddy's mom and feel the weird presence there, but it does not mess with me since I'm just there for short periods of time. I'll try to get some pictures of the house for you if you're interested.
Oh gosh. Okay, I did a little research.
Okay.
As in, I typed something into Google.
Yeah. What else would you do?
I don't know how else you do research.
No, not anymore.
Is there another form these days? Anyway, because I just recently saw a picture of like the world's largest bat.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen how big that bat can be?
Yeah, it's huge. But
It's like
I don't think they're in New Mexico, which is where
that's
Taylor's
why
from.
I was researching for a second, but let's go back to my bat theory.
Okay.
Like they're as tall as Miles,
Yeah.
if not taller. It's like a person. You would think it was a person, and I'm thinking something that could be up in the corner.
I love bats, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, but something that big is not cute. Nothing about that's cool, especially if you're not in a zoo expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I go to a zoo, I'm expecting the bats to follow me.
I'm not expecting them to come out of I want them to come out. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, come on out. I want to see you, but not in my bedroom. No, stay where you're at. I don't, in fact, just don't even be in there.
Right.
But I'm imagining like it's dark, it's something in the corner, it's an animal of some sort, and it comes out of the animal. It comes out of the corner. You know, and he's already in this dream state because his eyes are so heavy, and he's like closing them and then opening them that was kind of a funny boy thing to do. But I loved it. I loved the whole SpaghettiOs. I loved all of it. I'm like, man, boys are they're so fun. They just have a good time. They got car racks with chains just hanging around the room. It's like no rules. Anyway. So he's, he's watching Cheech and Chong. It's hilarious. I don't know what state of mind he was in, but he watched Cheech and Chong. I know what state of mind I'm in when
I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh, you should definitely watch it, but you should be in the right state of mind to watch it.
As in the not right state of mind.
Sure. I mean, some people call that the right state of mind, but depends on which side of the fence you sit on. So anyway, I'm thinking he's kind of already sleeping. Whatever this animal is, let's call it a bat, let's call it an iguana, let's call it whatever. Okay. I don't know. Something that was up in the corner comes down on top of him, and he is terrified. And then he jumps up to fight it, and it scurries away into his closet.
Okay.
And he doesn't go check it again because he's thinking it's like a goblin.
Yeah. Okay.
But really, it's either a bat or an iguana.
Now,
why are you laughing at my debunk already?
It's so ridiculous.
Why?
But I will say,
a salamander. They look like they don't have a face.
Salamanders are not that big.
They have some huge salamanders there.
Okay. All right.
In this world. I don't know about New Mexico, but in this world, there are some gigantic salamanders.
All I'm going to say is that while that is fully ridiculous.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a little.
No, it is.
Harsh.
I'm sticking by it. It does sound like shit is happening in this house.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this house.
Absolutely.
A lot of different people in and out. Who knows who's got a weird, huge pet
boa
bat.
Constrictor or something.
Boa constrictor could not be confused with a person.
I don't know. I just feel like in a drug house, there would be some guy. There'd be that guy in a drug house with a boa constrictor around his neck.
Yeah. So also, it doesn't sound like the doors are super secure.
Right.
So I feel like, well, I don't think a giant bat was in his house.
A giant animal of some sort that then scurried. Are you thinking meth head?
Do I think a meth head jumped down from the wall on top of him? No, that's not what I was thinking.
I feel like
I'm thinking
of
a demon
stuff
of some sort.
Oh,
but I'm
just
saying
any old demon can walk in off the street.
He said there's a lot of violence in that house.
Yeah,
a lot of energy in that house.
Yeah,
not the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
That could attract a demon.
Okay,
but I will say that while I think a giant bat falling from the wall is ridiculous, it's not fully impossible considering the house.
I feel like you're so gracious right now.
I feel like I'm being very gracious right now.
Gracious to me right now. I'm like kind of relishing in it. Like, this is so nice being treated this way.
Well, yeah. I think it's more likely a demon.
Oh, okay.
I do think that.
Definitely it's more likely to be a bat or an animal of some sort.
No.
Okay. That's because I don't
It happened twice.
Demons.
It happened once, maybe.
Yeah, I think they got something living in their house. And I think that they have conjured up this idea in their brain that it's this demon because they're living in a very heavy household. And I do think, we've talked about this before. Energy is palpable.
Yeah.
You can feel it when there's something bad going in a house. Like, there might not be something happening right in that moment.
Yeah.
But you can walk in and feel it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What about the SpaghettiOs and the cabinets and all that jazz? That was not a big bat.
Yeah. I don't know everybody's state of mind again. I don't. And I hate to be offensive like that because, I don't know. But it was put out there into the universe in the story. So that's kind of where my mind goes to, is that, something was taken and the story's already in their mind and then things get seen. And so I don't know. Did the cabinets ever get shut back?
Yeah, they started slamming shut while he was standing there.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
It is terrifying. I don't care if it is drug induced or whatever is causing it.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's just where my mind goes. And Taylor, by all means, you probably are listening going, he was not on drugs and da-da-da. That's fine. That's fine. But I don't know that for sure. So when I hear a story where that is a possibility, that's where my mind goes.
All right. Okay. Well, then I think we're ready for your story.
Okay.
I think it was a demon, just to be.
For the record, she does. And for the record, I think it was a big giant bat. All right, are you ready for another demon story?
Oh, I don't want to say I love a demon story. I'd love to hear a demon story.
You almost said a dumb story.
I know. I don't love a dumb story.
I love dumb stories. The more you tell them to me, the more I love them.
Wait.
No.
Was that silly. A weird backhanded compliment?
No, I just thought it'd be a weird thing to love. I love.
I thought you were legitimately being like, no, I love your dumb stories.
No.
You idiot.
No, I was saying like that would be such a weird thing. I love dumb stories. So, demon story. Here we go. We got another one. We have a theme happening tonight.
Okay.
So this is Demon in My Hotel Room. And this was from the Reddit person, user, poster. We don't know what they're called.
Okay, but they directly sent us this story.
They sent us, another one of those. Go to this page. I posted it on this page. You're welcome to it.
Okay.
And this is the Nigerian Prince 2.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like something you get spammed for, and like a send us $5,000.
I don't know. Maybe he's really the Prince of Nigeria. I have no idea. That's his handle.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wouldn't trust that person.
Oh, no, you can't say that, and we're about to read a story.
I mean, thank you for letting us read your story, but also I'm not sending you money.
No, they're not asking for money, Erin Taylor.
Have you
just telling us their ghost story?
Okay. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, sure. I know not to trust anybody on the internet.
No, but like that was a whole whole con a long time ago. Like, I'm a Nigerian prince.
Yes, and he's number 2.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what the joke is.
Got it.
I would imagine that's what his joke is. Like,
okay.
Not the original, but I'm number 2. Okay, here we go. We don't know.
Sorry, derailed.
A few years ago, I went to Thailand with my girlfriend at the time. It was more like a resort than a hotel. I won't mention the name of the resort, but each room was on a different level on the side of a mountain next to a beach. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Okay.
Right?
In Thailand. Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's go there. Hey, we should give some money to this Nigerian prince and he can take us there. I also won't mention... So stupid. I got myself tickled at myself.
It was really funny.
I also won't mention it because I can't for the life of me remember what it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's a good reason. Now, I swear this room that we stayed in was haunted. I've had previous experiences with the paranormal as a kid and throughout my teenage years, so I am a believer that there's some form of afterlife.
Okay.
When we first entered the room, it was bitterly cold. Thailand is a hot climate, so it could have been the air conditioner, but you can tell the difference between an air conditioner that has been on, hot air rises, kind of mansplains here, just like a prince. So sorry. I won't ever tell them we read it.
What was that one thing? We're like, boys' night. What was that one night where we just made fun of our writers so much?
Bro
sorry.
Nights is because
Bro night. We're so more evolved now. We won't do that.
Sure, we'll try.
Unless mansplain to us, which is a trigger for me.
Yeah, and call yourself a prince. It's fine. It's fine. Hot air rises so you can still feel the humidity. Thank you for letting us know that. But this room felt like it was below 0 degrees Celsius. I put it off as the air conditioner, but thinking back on the experience, surely the air conditioner wasn't first-class technology there to produce such a coolness.
Well, it was a really nice resort.
I know. Yeah, maybe. The next thing that happened, I am trying to sleep. I am an insomniac and have been since I was 6 years old. Oh. And in my left ear, there is this very, very quiet electric guitar playing.
Oh.
Like a death metal riff.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, like a death metal riff. Over and over again.
Okay.
It wouldn't stop. The guitar riff kept playing until I eventually fell asleep. But me being the metalhead that I am, right, it didn't bother me that much. And I put it off to me listening to too much music on the plane ride there.
Okay, wait a minute. Like he can distantly hear it?
Yeah.
Or like it's right in his ear?
But I feel
very quiet, tiny.
He was able to sleep through it. And from what I know with heavy metal, you're not going to be hushed to sleep by it. So it must kind of be a muffled, almost like, am I hearing that right here? Or is that like down the hall? Or where is it?
Okay. I'm just picturing a tiny little guitarist on his shoulder, like riffing.
A little Jack Black. Just like I would pay for that. I would pay for a little blackjack on my show. This is
I
the
would
best
too.
resort ever. You have to go here to this
Pay
resort.
extra for the tiny Jack Black.
Yes, give me that commodity. The guitar riff played in my ear every night that I was in the hotel.
Oh, it's so weird.
I know, it's hilarious. Every night that I stayed in the hotel, I dreamt of violence and gore. Okay, this gets not funny anymore.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting more serious and dark. Horrible things. I remember dreaming of murdering people in the worst way possible.
Oh my gosh.
Way too gory to mention on here. One night I fell asleep and I was having another horrid dream. And at the end of the dream, there was this white sheet that rose, a typical ghost lookalike from old movies where the ghost is under a white bed sheet. It looked like that. I am a brave guy. You are a prince. I am a brave guy, and I started challenging the ghost, and I started fighting it with my bare hands.
Wait. Is he still dreaming, or he's awake now?
He doesn't think he is. I mean, in this point, he's telling us this is actually happening.
Okay.
So sorry. I remember I'm not really that sorry. I remember I grabbed it by its throat and started choking it while yelling, "I'm going to kill you," over and over.
Well, it's already dead.
Well, I guess he's gonna do whatever he can.
What if his girlfriend was playing a horrible trick?
I think my sanity started dropping by like the third night staying at this hotel. Unbeknownst to me, I was saying this in real life too, so I guess he is thinking he's dreaming.
Okay.
It woke my girlfriend up, and she started fearing for her life, thinking I was going to kill her.
Oh my gosh, how scary.
She later told me. She eventually woke me up, and I told her about the dreams I had been having and the experiences in the room. She told me that she had no experiences. Later that night, I woke up around 3:30 a.m. feeling extremely sick. I had to rush to the toilet, and I projectile vomited for about 3 hours.
Boy, we are on trend.
We really picked the right story.
If you're not a Patreon, you don't know what we're talking about.
You should be, and then you can get to hear all those nice details. That sounds horrible. I told my girlfriend to take me to the hospital, but she told me to rest and see how I was in the morning. I love this girlfriend. She's like, "You're a prince. You're fine.
You're fine. You're a man.
You
threw up once.
Right. You'll live. It's going to be okay. Here's a cold rag. Go back to bed."
Yeah. Also, going to any hospital in a foreign country, I would do the same.
Yeah.
I would do the same with my husband. I'd be like, "You need to rest first.
Yeah, we got to
Let's see if we can just
bad this is.
Like stick this out."
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
That would scare me.
Yeah, it would.
Not to be like, I just need to know my surroundings.
Here's my thing. Language barriers.
Yeah, for
anything
sure.
Medical and language barriers. I don't want to go in because I was throwing up and then come out an amputee because I don't know how to explain that my stomach hurt instead of my leg needs to be amputated.
Right.
I woke up, and that would be my own fault. It'd be my own fault. I'm just saying.
It'd be a little bit their fault if you just said,
pointing
"I
at
think my leg needs to be amputated," and they're like, "All right."
True.
She knows what she wants.
These Americans are so pushy. I woke up in the morning feeling like nothing had happened that night. So he wakes up just feeling fine.
Wow.
Now we move to another hotel. Oh,
I'm sorry. I just sounded like Owen Wilson again. When I do that.
I never hear it.
Wow.
It's
so weird.
Wow.
Wow. That's what I did.
It's so funny because I don't hear Owen Wilson, but I do picture like a little old, I don't know what I picture, but it's not Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Good job. Good recovery. Oh, shit. Okay. We moved to another hotel after a few more days, and everything stopped. No more death metal guitar, no more violent dreams, no more feeling sick, and the hotel room was at room temperature.
Huh.
Could this be some sort of entity that lived in the hotel that was haunting me? Or a pure coincidence? I have a lot more paranormal stories to tell, but I just wanted to share this one, and this surely could not be just a coincidence.
That is really weird. Did the girlfriend feel cold? I know she didn't have the dreams or anything like that.
Good question. Like, did she also feel the temperature change?
Yeah.
Could she
hear Jack Black?
That's exactly what my question was. She's like, Jack, why did you ever
Could she hear Jack Black?
Oh, man. Okay, well, here's my thought. I'm thinking going to visit a foreign country. What if it was a parasite?
Oh.
What if there was some sort of sickness that he got
Yeah.
that kind of made him hallucinate a little bit or feel like lethargic or feel things differently or even like get chills.
Yeah.
And then he throws it up, whatever it is, and it
Oh.
gets out of his system.
Huh.
And then he's like, "Oh, I feel better. I'm fine." And they
Yeah.
just so and the coincidence part is that they moved hotels because they weren't thinking parasite.
Right.
And so they moved hotels, and the coincidence is that the night that he threw up, he got rid of whatever that was,
Yeah.
and then they moved hotels, and then
Man,
that didn't happen anymore.
that's really interesting. Yeah. I would fight more for the paranormal if the girlfriend was having more
Yeah, if she had more
experiences,
experiences.
even like one weird feeling, but it
Mhm.
doesn't seem like she felt anything weird was
Well,
happening.
on this post, I'm not gonna read it, but on this post, they kinda talked about, like, ghosts or demons or spirits attaching themselves to people.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that could happen for sure.
Okay.
So, if you're going paranormal, it could have attached itself to him, and then of course that'd be the only one
Mhm, that it would affect.
would affect. Yeah, and like then that could destroy your life. Like your
Mhm.
girlfriend is now afraid of you, and like a spiral effect. But in the moment when it's first attaching, everybody just thinks you're crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
So, I would much rather a parasite.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so when I think depends on the parasite, depends on the demon. But when he's fighting the ghost-like, sheet in the air,
Yeah, that's weird. That definitely feels like
a
his
hallucination.
brain is going, what would a ghost look like?
Right, right, that's what I'm thinking, and he
Yeah.
was already dreaming these horrible dreams,
Right.
and then just
And
because he said them out
how
loud.
does he put his hand around the ghost's neck when it's a sheet?
Right, did he just wake up, like, clenching a
Yeah, this
sheet?
feels hallucination-y.
Mhm.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I think it's a
It
very,
is now.
very important word.
All words are made up.
Yep, that's right. Now this one is in the books. You heard it here first.
Oh,
Hallucination-y. Um, yeah, I think it might have been some sort of sickness or illness that he had while he was there.
yeah. The guitar thing's weird, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a parasite.
I mean, that
It also
could
doesn't sound like a demon, though.
no,
Unless it's a very cool
a
demon.
very cool Jack Black demon. Um, but maybe it was like somebody next door
Yeah,
playing some heavy metal music every night, and it
yeah,
just so happened and, like, maybe he's got better hearing than his girlfriend does. So she
yeah,
goes to sleep and he tunes into it because it's something he likes to hear.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. I like your parasite
Thank
thought.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man,
That's what
I
happens when you pre-read things.
I really hate. I agreed with you twice. I mean,
Oh,
now I will
I'm
say, I
winning.
do think Taylor's story sounds more like demonic
Mhm.
than a huge bat, but I will give you
That
circumstances.
possibly
It's a
it could
possibility.
happen. Yeah, I mean, there was, like, an opening in his house.
Yeah, yeah. I will
Right.
give you the possibility, although slight. But I do think
Maybe not a
Parasite.
bat, but some sort of
Right, right,
thing in
right.
there. A chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
A chupacabra.
I was like, that sounds weird, and I don't know
Yeah, look,
why.
I can't even pronounce made up words right.
Well, that you should feel okay about that. It's a made up word.
A chupacabra.
Yeah.
See if we can just put that in there. Make it sound good.
Sure, I will put the bad one in.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I would say some kind of.
Yeah. Either way, crazy story. Come home to and be like, listen to what just happened.
I wonder how he felt during the day when he would like go out through Thailand, like go to the beach when he was
Hmm.
away from the hotel
Yeah,
room.
but parasites can be weird. Sometimes it's like the way you're laying down. Is it in
Yeah,
this ear? Is
that's
it
like being pregnant. It's like
ew?
when you're
What's
walking,
your in
it's
your
like a
ear?
parasite. When you're
Oh
walking around
God.
and the
Is it
baby is like, you don't feel it. And then you finally lay down and settle, and they're
everything's
like, "Rah,
horrible.
rah, rah," and they start
Yeah.
moving like crazy. They don't bark, but they do move. I don't know why I made that
Good
noise.
grief, what kind of pregnancy did you have?
I mean, I don't know if they bark. They were inside a bunch of layers, but they move around a lot once you're still.
I'm gonna go ahead and confidently say they don't bark.
Have you met my kids? They're all weird. I love them dearly. They're
Maybe
all
Nora.
weird.
Maybe Nora. Since she wanted to riff on me.
There you go. Anyways, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I would like to know how he was doing during the day when he
Yeah,
was away
that's a
from
good
the room.
question. Yeah. But even then, I think I could probably still debunk it because,
Well, I'm sure you think you could.
yeah, I know I could, but it's fine.
All right. Well,
This week's fan favorite is none other than the lovely Brittany.
oh,
We love Brittany. Brittany has given us a wonderful story and is always supportive on Facebook.
yeah, we made fun of her husband in that story, and she still listens.
Yeah,
I think.
I hope so. If not, I just reeled her back in. I'm like, hold on, Brittany, come on back to us. Well, I hope her husband listens too.
Yeah.
We'll see. So anyway, I asked her to be our fan favorite. She said, "Oh, wow, thanks. I'm a social worker and work in mental health."
Wow.
And then she gave us a wonderful resource. So she lives in Tennessee, and they have a statewide program called SOCAT, Systems of Care Across Tennessee. We work with youth who have mental illness and are at risk from being taken from the home. Our program is designed to help the kids stay at home with their caregivers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
what an honorable mission for sure. So we greatly appreciate that, and we will definitely donate to SOCAT.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll put a link to that in our notes.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Brittany, for all your support and your great
for all your
story.
hard work.
And rolling with the punches as we give them. Sorry for your husband.
Oh, I was like, we threw punches. We did not at her, at her husband.
At her husband. That's kind of our MO.
Yeah.
Listen, we throw them at our own husbands as well.
Oh, you better believe. You better believe. If you don't believe, ask them.
Right. Yeah. They'll tell you. They'll tell you.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. This was a really fun night. If you want to support our podcast, you can check out our social medias on Facebook and TikTok. What else? And Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You can rate, review, subscribe. You can write your stories in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com, or you can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out all of our information, including how to become a Patreon. $3 a month gets you bonus content, a sticker, and advice, a monthly advice bonus episode.
Mm-hmm.
And $5 a month gets you all of that plus our movie night.
And a fun little diarrhea story. Who didn't want that?
I didn't tell them it was going to be diarrhea.
A fun little bathroom humor story.
It's fine. Now they know. Now they're really tempted. They were like on the fence, and now they're like, oh, yeah, I gotta hear it.
I feel like if they couldn't read between the lines there, something's not right.
If you don't, I mean, seriously, you could pay $3 once.
One time. Just
hear the story and then quit.
Be done.
You get a sticker and the story. And it is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me in a long time. It's worth hearing. I would pay $3 for it if I hadn't lived it.
Right.
I would pay more than $3 to have not lived it.
Absolutely. And same on my story. In fact, I mean, probably a lot of money out of my bank account.
Yeah.
To go back in time and fix that situation that happened. Horrible. And speaking of TikTok, we've been blowing up.
Yeah.
And by blowing up, we got 40 likes from one of our fan favorites.
Oh, I love her so much. I opened up our TikTok. Well, I opened up TikTok because I do it. It wasn't for business. It was me doing my nightly, addiction, and thought 40 likes. Holy shit, we're huge. Big. We have gone viral. Move over, Elise Myers. It's us.
I don't even know who that is.
I know you don't, but she's big. She's like basically TikTok. So, anyways. No, it was our sweet Melinda. I love her so much.
Yes, we love you, Melinda. Thank you for finding us on TikTok and loving all of our stuff.
She's like the most supportive friend.
I know. It's wonderful.
It's just so sweet.
Yeah, it's great having people in your corner for sure. For sure.
For sure. For sure. Wow.
Back off, lady. For sure. It really is.
Who are you saying back off?
To myself.
Oh, okay.
Back off. Like, for sure. I love having people in my corner, for sure. Gosh, poor Melinda. She's like, never mind. People are weird.
Oh.
Lacan.
La 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 la.
You told me not to challenge these damn fairies.
These damn fairies.
Yeah, the fairies are making it. Yeah, they're living in my icebox. What generation am I from? My icebox. freezer. Living in my freezer. Anyway,
I was very spitty. I was laying.
now what the problem? What's the problem?
It's still spitty.
Now what the problem is?
That was gross.
Yeah, it wasn't your best moment.
Sorry.
Okay, Russ. He's got his car rack up. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I think it's Ross.
Okay, Ross got his car rack up, ready to go.
I was like, oh, did I change the name? Nope, you did.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I skipped a line.
Maybe it's because a Russ sounds like he would hit somebody in the face more than a Ross would.
That's because Friends has penetrated your mind of
Oh, why would you use the word penetrated, Aaron? That's so dirty.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me look up one thing.
What are you looking at?
Just, you know what? Every debunk doesn't just come naturally. Sometimes I have to have a little. Sometimes I have to have a little backup.
Oh my gosh, your dog is in there and it just scared the shit out of me.
Well, what scared me is when you did that, I looked and I saw your reflection.
Your house is making all kinds of creepy noises tonight.
That was Arlo. He likes to, he'll get his rope and like hit it on when he's like getting restless.
Sure.
Or could have been a big bad.
Do you have a fan favorite?
Act like you know me. Don't act like you know me.
Do I? Did you see that David liked our
yes
episode?
He really is funny.
He said you weren't a bitch.
I know. I love that. I said, oh, David.
He's even a good liar.
Get out of here. You're so funny, Aaron.